About my lovely bride and my Valentine, and when I told her that there was prime rib, she said, "I'm in."
Keep your hands raised, please.
Hello, everyone. My guest is Colleen McKenna. She is with the AJA Foundation, a grant-making foundation. Not my Valentine, but a very dear friend of mine.
And there was one other guest next to you, right, Rosalie? That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Tell me again. Grant is his name. He is with our speaker today, who is putting on our presentation regarding human trafficking. Great. Thank you.
Hands
Jackie.
raised, please.
Hello, Kathy Dalvey. I sort of brought my Valentine today. I brought my son because we're hosting the Germans this weekend and talking about that. So I have my son, who's, I guess, my Valentine, David, or Max.
Welcome, Max.
Oh, Karen.
I'm Ted. I'm here with Diana, my wife. 51 years, my Valentine. Thank you, my love. I love you.
And I'm here with my wife, Michelle. Between the two of us, we have 6 grandchildren. Thank you. And I love you.
Oh. Hands raised.
President Jackie, it's my honor and pleasure to have my Valentine, my beautiful sweetheart, Leslie Mexico, with me today.
I have with me my Valentine today, former First Lady, 2012-2013, Sally Donald, and I tell her she's a lucky lady, and she tells me I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah, you sure are lucky, Randy.
She's I mean, you're the lucky one.
Yeah. Hands raised.
I brought my sweetheart, Johnny Ofondo. He is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps and a massage therapist.
Welcome. Keep your hands up.
Hi, everyone. I brought my husband that we have been married for 6,750 days as of last Sunday.
Very good.
His name is Chuck.
I don't know where Sean is, but I'll introduce Sean's Valentine, Roger.
Welcome, Roger.
I guess.
Any other guests of Rotarians?
Are we introducing the Beckley people later?
I'm Joan Murdoch, and I have my partner in Valentine, Ruth Jagosinski, here with me. Thank you.
Welcome, Ruth.
Hi, I'm Debbie Delanoy, and this is my partner, significant other, man of my life, Richard Ditton.
Welcome. Any other visiting, guests of Rotarians? Did we miss anyone today? Anyone to introduce their Valentine? Okay, I'm going to introduce my head table. I have the 25 Club President, Carrie Gross, and her husband, Chuck, whom we all know, and our speaker, Kimberly Moll. Let's welcome all of our visiting Rotarians and guests. I'd like to thank the Rotarians who helped out today, set up Kathy Mahan and Judith Pinkerton. Greeters were Mike Muborn and Gianna Valesco. Invocation, beautifully done by Ted McAdam. Song, equally beautifully done by Jerry Engel. Teardown will be Michael Williams and Tina Bishop. Sergeant at Arms is Deb Granda. Our scribe, and thank you so much, is Gianna Velasco. Photographer, as always, past President Jim Tucker. Tickets, as always, Marie Walsh and John Injami. All things technical are Kirk Holmes and Stu Lipoff. Facebook and Instagram by Aaron Overton. And my announcements today, we're still underway with our People of Action campaign, so continue to send me photographs of people in action, and you've been doing that a lot, so I appreciate that. A reminder that your monthly or quarterly contributions to our Las Vegas Rotary Foundation is what helps fund our projects. please consider donating to the permanent fund to help keep our club legacy going. International Convention is filling up quickly this June 6th through 10 in Hawaii, and remember, attendance is limited, so if you're planning on going, check into that as quickly as possible. I just got this day before yesterday, so I'm sorry for the late announcement. Our friends at Shelter Box have extended a personal invitation to all Rotarians in District 5300 to help them celebrate 20 years of humanitarian relief partnerships. That's tomorrow night, Friday, February 14th. Starts at 5:30 at the Gold Spike Living Room Space, 217 North Las Vegas Boulevard. $30 will include appetizers and a drink ticket, and there will be a cash bar. Now, sitting right next to past President Marianne is Deb, wherever you are. Would you stand up, past President Marianne Avnet, please? Also in that district newsletter, I read something about you. Tell us about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Jackie.
You're not leaving for India anytime soon?
Oh, a week from Sunday, I'm very pleased to be doing my 5th Rotoplas mission. We're going to Agra, India, and I'm very grateful for the fact that this district supported that Rotoplas mission.
And thank you very much. And for that, I'm going to fine you $97. Thank you for the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Please remember to recycle your wheels and tickets. Where is the green book at this point, please? Please keep it moving. I get numerous complaints that it does not get around to everyone, so please keep it moving. Appreciate that. Andy, Dr. Andy's back. How's your eyes, Andy? He can see now. We're so happy. Okay, also, if you can't get around to signing up for some of the activities because the Green Book doesn't make it around, please click on the QR code on the wheel, and that'll send you to the virtual clipboard that Stu Lipoff has created, and you can sign up that way. And we're having a bit of a challenge filling the weekly meeting duties, so please take care of that if you can. Okay, we're going to go right into our presentations. I'd like to call up Melanie Muldowney, please. We'd also like to have Larry Barnard and Yoko Barnard please come forward. The Barnard family. Larry and Yoko, can you come forward, please? Thank you for coming. So happy to have you here, honey. Thank you, Larry. First of all, I'd like to recognize Larry and Yoko. They've done a wonderful thing for the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation in Bob's name, and they've donated over $2,000 to our Las Vegas Rotary Foundation.
And we wanted to return the favor right back. We have gifts from the club, actually from the Barnard Legacy of Paul Harris's for Yoko, for Larry, and we actually have one for Corey as well that you can take back to her. So we really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody here has a story about Bob. I definitely remember, I knew a lot of these people growing up because my dad's a Rotarian. But coming into the 25 Club, Bob was always that friendly face that I saw growing up. So I'm really glad that we're keeping his legacy alive.
Pictures. know I speak for everyone when I say we sorely and significantly miss Bob. And thank you all for being here. Okay, please take the microphone to Shannon Brown, principal at Beckley. Hold on one second.
I wanted to thank all of you for this. Most importantly, I wanted you to know I didn't want to come today. And obviously my mom's having a hard time. Specifically, my dad loved all of you. And Rotary meant a lot to him. And he believed in what you do. I thought I was ready for this. And I wanted you to know that. And on behalf of all my family, we want to thank you for taking him in where no one else wanted to. And making him feel loved and a part of something. And it meant a lot to him. It kept him going. After retirement, he didn't know what to do. And he found a family here. And I want to encourage you all to continue bringing in those people like my dad, who on the surface is a grumpy guy, but really cares passionately for the things that you do all the time. I don't know how many times he told me about polio. So it is something that our family cherishes, and we just want to thank you for what you gave to him, and thank you for all you do.
And I have two more multiple Paul Harrises to award to some of our members that are here today. First up, Russ Swain, +8.
Thank you.
And Jamie Goldsmith, +3.
Okay, now we can take the microphone to Shannon Brown from Beckley. Report on Beckley, please.
Hello, my favorite Rotarians. How are you guys this afternoon? Yay! Happy Valentine's to all of you. Just wanted to do a couple shout outs. We did our career day just last week, and we had a couple of your fellow Rotarians that were presenting. So a big shout out to Jerry Engel right over here. And Dr. Andy, where did you end up going? I saw you come in just a moment ago. There he is all the way in the back. Thank you guys so much for coming and supporting and showing our kiddos some of the other professions that are out there that they can reach towards as they're going through their education. Tomorrow, I know this is super last minute, but if anybody is interested to see roughly 600 parents come to a family event that we're running at 8:05, it's called Pastries with Parents. We are going to have open classrooms where parents get to come in and do fun little activities with their kiddos. We've got snacks and prizes and all kinds of things like that. And then our next biggest upcoming event is going to be in March for Nevada Reading Week. I would highly suggest you guys coming out on the Friday of that week, as I will be dressed like a cowgirl. Yeehaw, baby! Riding around a bicycle that is decorated as a horse while they are trying to rope me. So if we make our reading goal, please feel free to come and watch me make a total amazing cowgirl, unlike anybody else. It'll be pretty awesome. And if anybody has some chaps that I can borrow, please let me know. Okay. Again, thank you guys all so much for all of your support, and I hope to see you on Friday as I'm dressed as a cowgirl.
Thank you, Shannon. Due to time constraints, we have to move right into announcements, please. So please give attention to these people. Please take the microphone to Rosalie Hedrick about membership orientation the other night.
Hello, everyone. We had a really nice orientation at Deb Granda's house. She hosted for everyone. We had probably around 30 people there. It was a great evening. We had we had 6 new people, but actually 5 showed up. And anyway, we were really glad to induct them. Everyone's excited to get involved, and we had some great presentations. So those of you who attended, thank you very much, and welcome to our newest members. And please get to know them if you can.
Thank you, Deb, for hosting. It was an amazing turnout. Please take the microphone up here to Carrie Gross about our upcoming 25 Club Social.
Okay, guys, we are quickly approaching our next 25 Club event at the Neon Museum. It will be this month on the 25th at 6 p.m. $40 is going to be the fee, and 10 of that's going to go to our Destiny Rescues Fund. So please, if you haven't come or would like to come, it'll still be dark outside, so it should show beautifully. If you are planning on attend, please sign up as quickly as possible so I can get those tickets purchased. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Please take the microphone to Marie Walsh, please, for several wrap-ups.
Thank you, Jackie. Hello, fellow Rotarians. We had breakfast with Brooks this last Tuesday, and I'm going to give you the report. We had 74 school children, 17 babies, 0 to 5 years. And we had 34 safe key children and 68 adults, which was a grand total of 193 people, which I thought was really good. And the most important thing is that 41 children passed in their reading logs to show that they read 10 books. That meant that 410 children, the children read 410 books in a month, and I think that's incredible.
Amazing.
Shannon talked to you about everything else, but I'd just like to make mention that your participation in anything at Beckley is really greatly appreciated, and especially from me. So if you keep your eyes open, you'll be getting an email about Reading Week, which will be on March the 3rd. So let us hear from you, and thank you again for the people that participated in Career Week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marie. Please take the microphone to past President Kathy Delvey about our upcoming district conference.
I'm supposed to be Howie today. He's not here, so I'm talking about the district conference. For the new members who don't know, the district conference is a time when the 66 clubs that are close to us all come together to celebrate the end of the year. This year it's going to be in Pasadena, May 1st through the 3rd. It's a really fun party event. It's the end of the four-way speech contest. It's the end of the Dan Stover. Hotel costs, they have a room rate of $169, so that's already set up for the hotel. And if you want all the meals included, if you want to pay for all the meals, it's $240. So if you have any more questions about the district conference, come see me, Deb, or Howie when he comes back.
Thank you, Kathy. Please take the microphone to Melanie Muldowney, please, about our foundation match.
From now until the end of Jackie's term, we are offering club points to help you get to the next Paul Harris level. So you contribute half of your amount to the next level, and then the club points will match you to get to that next Paul Harris level. So if you want to do that, or if you want to see where you are, then contact me, and I will get everything that you need.
Thank you, Melanie. Please take the microphone to past President Karen Wisenhunt about this weekend's Mayor's Cup.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. As you've heard my announcements for several months now, the Mayor's Cup is this weekend. And just so you know, this is not a small soccer tournament. We have over 10,000 children that attend the soccer tournament between the ages of 14 and 19. It's gotten so big that they now have to do it over 3 weekends. So this weekend it's just the boys, and we have the German kids coming, And in our 13 years of participating, I've never been able to pronounce her team. So to help me with this announcement is my sweetheart, Max.
Hello, everybody. I've been around this club for as long as I've been alive, so most of you know me from being this tall. So for anybody who knows and doesn't know, the club name, as most people know it, is Gladbach. Is just the short name. The full name is Borussia Mönchengladbach. Yes, that is appropriately said. So I've been dealing with them for the last 12, 13 years since we started doing this back in 2009, and it is such a great experience for the young players and for the host families to come out, show support, and show that we have so many things to offer to young people like that. The first game is Saturday, February 15th, 10 a.m. We are playing the Players North Soccer Club from Reno, Nevada, and it is at James Regional Park. It is 8400 West Robindale Road. It is worth it for all Rotarians to come out and at least watch, even if you are not a host family. That way we can show them that the club fully supports the club as coming over with a culture. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Please take the microphone to past President Jim Hunt about the upcoming Cigar Social.
Thank you, President Jackie. If the Valentine's Day song sounded a little bit like Danny Boy, it's because we're getting ready for our St. Patrick's Day 21st Cigar Social. This year, it's going to be hosted by Kirk and Rebecca at their home that they have graciously opened up to us. So March 13th is the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be at 6 o'clock, and as usual for our new members, if you don't know, we ask if you're a cigar smoker to bring 3 cigars, 1 for the troops, 1 for an exchange, and 1 to smoke. Smile with Deb. And the family of Rotary, Karen Wisenhunt and the family of Rotary are always kind enough to make sure we have some food, but if you'd like to bring a side dish, that's great. Cost is a whopping $10 per person that goes to our foundation. Should be a blast. March 13th, Kirk and Rebecca's house, 6 p.m. We'll have it in the wheel next week.
Please take the microphone to Jim Houghton. Sorry, Jim. Bill Houghton about our RILA weekend.
Thanks, Jackie.
I renamed you.
So my name is Bill Houghton. I'm the Director of Youth Advocacy for the Las Vegas Rotary Club, and really proud of that. The big upcoming event we have going on is Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. RILA takes place March 20th through the 22nd in California. Our club is hosting 15 students, so we've already got that taken care of. If you have any students that are 10th or 11th grade, it'll be one of the best experiences of their life. I've got about 5 applications in for our club. We're recruiting students from our Interact Club over at Clark High School. And so I need 2 things. First of all, the facilitator coordinator for RILA is 13 Rotarians short for that weekend. So we can really use a couple of additional applications if anybody wants to go and have an experience of a lifetime and be inspired and humbled by these high school kids. And the other thing is on Wednesday of next week, we're going to be doing some interviews with the student applicants over at Clark High School. It's during the middle of the business day, 11 o'clock. Dr. Williams will be over there helping, and we need 2 more interviewers to help with that process to see which kids are going to be selected to go to RILA. So see me after the meeting, and we'll get you set up.
Thank you, Bill. Deb, blood drive.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to remind you once again about the blood drive. February 28th here in this room. I'm still looking for a minimum of 6 more donors. Many people have stepped up, and if we go over the 6 additional donors, the Red Cross will just open up more slots and we'll still be able to accommodate more than 6. So if you can, February's Heart Month, it's a great time to think about donating blood if you can. It only takes about an hour out of your day and it's free. So February 28th in this room, Ed and Larry's has been very gracious in donating the room, and they've donated snacks and lunch, and they're also donating a $20 gift card for each donor. So invite your friends, your family, spouses, and significant others that are here today. we would love you to step up and donate blood on the 28th. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. I'd like to call forward Janice Lenke, please, for our Valentine raffle and fundraiser information. You got a spot now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to those who purchased your tickets for the April 25th fundraiser. We're very excited to raffle 2 tickets to KA, which is a Cirque show at MGM, and this lovely Valentine's basket that Rose put together. So the total value is $375, and we'd like to ask Kimberly, right, to come forward and pull the winning ticket.
Just pick the right winner. Holy cow. Drum roll.
This is funny because she wasn't.
Yeah.
Dan Adamson.
That's for real. It was your name.
Where's the envelope?
It's right here.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Congratulations. So if you didn't buy a Valentine's present yet, you can go home with that. So that's the certificate, and you can take that after.
and we do want to see you in the bow tie and the socks.
Congratulations, Dan. Okay, would the 25 club members please go to our flowers and pass them out to the ladies, please, while we do the raffle drawing? Make sure that somebody is going to be able to get the tickets. 25 club members, there's more of you in here than that. Come on, come and help Carrie over here. 25 club. All right. Raffle drawing. Today, $4,573 plus today's take. To draw for the Joker, last four, 0969. 0969. 0969. 0969. Bill Sterin. Okay, for the Lowry's Becks, 1166. 1166. Check your tickets. All right. Barbara Billitzer. When's dinner, Barb? When's dinner? Oh, okay. So ask him when dinner is. Okay, let's get the roses out so we can bring our speaker up, please. Quickly, please. Every lady gets one. If you've given them all out, just bring them back. Anyone who didn't get one, please be sure and get one on the way out. Okay, 25 Club, thank you so much. I'd like to call forward Carrie Gross, please, to introduce our speaker.
So So today I get to introduce Kimberly Muln. She is a new member of our community. She is here to speak of her experience and how you can take your experience and really make a difference. Please, thank you, and thank you for helping me introduce our speaker, Kimberly.
Put this up here. Can y'all hear me? Put that up there. I do? Okay. I can hold it. That'll work. So make sure I have my timer stay on time for y'all. So I always give a trigger warning before I speak because what I talk about are very hard things. So the following presentation discusses issues and circumstances that may be difficult and triggering, cause anxiety, flashback, anger, sadness, disassociation, etc. for many people. Please know that it's perfectly acceptable to step out of the room or take whatever self-care steps that you need. Please know that that can mean looking on your phone, stepping out of the room, going into your purse, whatever you need to do. I'm perfectly fine with that. I will also be available after the event if you would like to talk or you need connected to resources. So your president told me that this was a Valentine-themed event. And so when I think of Valentine's, I think of romance and love. And when I think of those things, I think about the first time. And the first time, first kiss, first time of falling in love, first date. And so I decided I was going to theme this talk around first times. And I'm going to take you essentially on the journey of first times and first experiences of my life. And hopefully that will show you not only what I myself have been through, but people that I have helped and assisted have been through, but what people in our own community here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the United States specifically are experiencing, and how you as individuals, you as members of our community, you as Rotarians can do to make a difference in their lives. So the first time I thought I was pregnant, I found myself curled up on the floor, back against my bedroom door, punching myself in the stomach, trying to make a baby that didn't exist fall out, while holding a teddy bear, because I didn't really understand how pregnancy worked, or really even how you got pregnant. I just understood that something was happening to me, and that I think I knew how babies were made, and that I knew I didn't want to tell my mom and dad. And so I was trying to make the baby come out. I was 12 years old. Beginning when I was 11, I started being victimized in child pornography, which quickly began and progressed to child trafficking. Now, I had amazing parents. I was adopted. My parents were foster parents. But my dad was law enforcement and worked nights, so he slept during the day. My mom, like many of you probably know, law enforcement officers do not make a lot of money. My mom worked in a doctor's office during the day and then worked 1 to 2 extra jobs my entire life trying to make ends meet. And so after school, there was a few hours where my brother and I we weren't unsupervised. My dad was home. He was just asleep. It was the 90s. Kids were supposed to go out and play. And the world wasn't supposed to be a big, scary place, right? Now, as it says, my name's Kimberly Mole. I have a master's degree in victim services management. I'm a nationally recognized policy expert in victims' rights. I'm the founder of Kimberly Mole Advocacy and Consulting. I am a lobbyist with over 70 bills on a state and federal level, mainly in violence against women issues. Up until recently, I managed the $17 million recovery for the Route 91 shooting here in Las Vegas. I'm a governor-appointed commissioner for the Nevada Sentencing Commission. I'm also on the Nevada Justice for Children Task Force and the Nevada Coalition to Prevent the Commercial Sexual Exploitation of Children. But mostly what I want to say known for, but what I'm proud of is that I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of child sexual abuse because, like most children of sex trafficking, before I was trafficked, I was sexually abused by not 1 but 2 neighbors, beginning when I was 5 years old. Then child pornography, child sexual exploitation, child sex trafficking. Then, because of that trauma, when I was older, prostitution. Now, here in Las Vegas, we seem to think that that's fine. That's a willing choice. That's something that women want to do. Now, let me explain one thing about sex trafficking and choice and prostitution. We have this image in our minds with trafficking that it's the movie Taken. That trafficking is the image of a woman being kidnapped out of Target parking lot and being forced at gunpoint to sell herself on the streets or in hotel rooms. The reality is last year, out of over 100,000 plus victims of sex trafficking, 3 were kidnapped. 3 out of over 100,000. The image you have in your mind of what sex trafficking is not the reality. The reality is that it is broken women, broken children, most of us formerly foster care, or formerly sexually abused, or formerly from a home of domestic violence or poverty, who are either 1, told by a man, I will love you, I will take care of you, and then told something to the extent of, hey baby, I can't make rent this month. We're going to be out on the streets. I would never ask this of you. You know I love you, but we're going to be homeless and I feel so bad. I'm not a man. I can't take care of us. I would never ask this of you, but my boy, so-and-so, he really, really likes you. And if you'll just be with him this one time, he'll pay our rent. Now, I would never ask this of you, but I don't know what else to do. And we're going to be without a roof over our head. And that one time, she does it. And then the next month, he comes back and says, baby, you know, construction's slow, and I can't pay rent again. She goes, you said it was only going to be this one time, and I can't do that again. What do you think I am, a whore? And he says, you already are a whore. You already did it once. You're going to do it again. And if she says no, then the physical abuse starts. And if she says yes, he already has her. And then the cycle starts. Or the second scenario is there is no man. There is no pimp to start. The pimp is poverty. The pimp is homelessness. The pimp is domestic violence. The pimp is trauma from child sexual abuse. The pimp is addiction. The pimp is being in college and not being able to feed yourself, and so you become a sugar baby. And you do that one time. And then that one time turns into 2 times. That 2 times turns into 3 times. And then you have a guy who wants to be your manager. That manager turns into a pimp. And then the physical violence starts. And then that physical violence turns into, take this pill, it'll make you feel better. And then that pill turns into addiction. And then you're no longer doing it. You're no longer taking the pills to work through the working. You're working to take the pills. Sexual exploitation. Then, because I'm a good Southern girl, when I was 20 years old, I wanted to become square, which means normal. I got married because that would make me normal. That would make me safe. That would get me out of the life. Married a young Christian boy. I went to church. He became a pastor. Then the domestic violence started. Eventually got out of the situation. Been not 1, but 2 sexual assaults, including one 2 years ago in Reno, where I did everything you're supposed to do. Everything, including no, stop, I do not consent. I included quoting NRS, which is Nevada Revised Statute, because I'm a lobbyist. I write the laws. I can quote the laws to him. Got to the closet, got my gun, pointed it at him, ran him out of my house, called 911. The cops caught him. Cops caught him 2 blocks from my house, put him in jail for a week. Got a SANE exam, which is the forensic exam they do after you've been sexually assaulted. This is the handful of pills they gave me that say here, don't get AIDS, don't get pregnant. Washoe District Attorney had him in jail for a week, Then they brought me in to question me. Said, here, you were raped. You said no. You pulled a gun on him. You called 911. You got a SANE exam. You did everything you were supposed to do. Yes. Yes, I did. You are a lobbyist at the legislature. Yes, I am. You're a victim rights advocate. Yes, I am. Your specialty's sex trafficking? Yes, it is. Did you ever file a police report on your sex traffickers? No, I didn't. Why not? I was 12. Huh. But you're filing a police report on this guy? Yes, I am. Huh. The DA within 20 minutes decided I didn't make a viable witness and let him go. My history as a quote-unquote prostitute, as a 11, 12, 13-year-old, makes me not a good witness as a rape victim as a 33-year-old. He also strangled me. I forgot that part. The first time I heard about human trafficking, I was in a meeting just like this. It was actually by a Rotarian. She passed away a couple months ago. Her name was Leanne Fulton. I don't know if any of y'all know her. She's in Texas. She was standing up and talking about this thing, that horrible thing that was happening in this faraway country like Cambodia and Thailand. And how we needed to save these little girls. And I was sitting in a chair just like this. I was like, wait, but that's what was happening to me. How are we supposed to save those little girls in those faraway country when that was happening to me right here in this country? No one was trying to help me. Nobody was trying to save me. And in that moment, my life changed. I went from being a victim to a survivor in that moment. And I decided that I needed to do something about what was happening in this country. Yes, we need to help in the other countries as well. But there are hundreds of thousands of kids in this country who are being exploited and trafficked. And so my specialty is domestic child sex trafficking of American kids who are being trafficked and sold, and especially here in Nevada where the problem, especially here in Las Vegas and Clark County where the problem is huge. Huge. Where we have men from all over the country flying in from all over the world to buy Las Vegas children because there's a market for it. They don't need a passport to go to Cambodia. They don't need a passport to go to Thailand. They don't need a passport when they can fly to Las Vegas to buy Nevadan children here. Because we don't arrest people in Las Vegas, in case you didn't know. Even if you buy a kid. Now, you can rape your neighbor kid. You can rape a child, your next door neighbor kid, and go to jail. But if you pay $1 for your next door neighbor kid, you get a ticket. Welcome to Nevada. First time I started working on legislation, so I was trying to get out of my domestic violence situation. Lighten the mood. I like it. I know I get a little rowdy, I get a little riled up, and that helps me. I like it. So I was trying to get out of my domestic violence situation. Essentially, when I got married, I was told I couldn't work. I needed to stay home, get pregnant, have babies. So I wanted to go to college. I would secretly send off for catalogs to schools. And my dream school was Georgetown. And I would secretly send off for catalogs, and I would look at them when he wasn't home. And I was able to get my real estate license. That was because that wasn't a quote-unquote real degree. Believe me, people, it's real. Any realtors in this room know? Okay. And was able to work my way through that and to eventually, through a group like Rotary, meeting some wonderful people who helped me work my way to getting into school full-time. Through that, was able to work my way out of my domestic violence situation by getting my education. Because of groups like this that put emphasis on education and helping women, specifically women in situations or women in violent situations, get out of situations by putting emphasis on work and education. And so I was able to take a $500 scholarship for community college, take that $500 for one semester, and turn that into essentially a 4-year college degree. And then was able to get an internship at the Oklahoma Attorney General's Office for the Victim Services Department. And that's where I did my very first piece of legislation there. This is the AG's office, or the capital of Oklahoma. Then went to Washington, D.C., where I was able to work on my first federal piece of legislation. And that's how I ended up doing lobbying work in victims' rights. The first time I had a mother come to me and say, my daughter's being trafficked. I don't know what to do. Please help me. So this is Britt. I don't know. Does this have a pointer? Yeah, okay. So I don't know if you can see, but I try to get pictures so you can see the bruises on her. She's got essentially 2 black eyes, bruised jaw, bruised forehead, bruised arms. At this point, her mother is seeing these pictures online. If you can read, this is what she posted. This is after her pimp/boyfriend has beaten her. And she put, once you got everything you needed, nothing was ever the same. It's a shame after it all. Your love is all I want and need, babe. She's apologizing to her pimp. He beat her up. She's apologizing to him because she wants him taken back. She's 21, from a broken home, domestic violence home. She thinks he's the end-all, be-all. He loves her. He has like 5 other girls at this point. It's trauma bond at this point. In our state, we would say she wants to be there. She's choosing to prostitute herself. She's choosing this lifestyle. The reality is she's a broken human. She's out of a bad home situation. She's wanting a relationship and love and seeking acceptance. And because of that, and because of the trauma she experienced as a child, because of the sexual abuse she experienced as a child, because of the domestic violence situation she's come out of, she is a broken person. And because of that, she's allowing this situation to happen to her, hoping that someone will love her. And if that means for 30 minutes, she can pretend that you will love her for $100, then that's fine. So her pimp is beating her up. This is after not eating for 3 days, being locked in a hotel room. I won't go through the whole story. I end up picking her up naked in the snow behind a dumpster. Homeland Security gets involved. We go through this whole thing. This is me messaging her pimp on Facebook with a fake profile, trying to get information for Homeland Security. This is when Facebook would let you geolocate people. They've removed this since. But the thing that was crazy about this is that I almost died whenever I figured out where this actually was, because this little map shows up, then it geolocates a house. Homeland Security is trying to figure out where he is because we're trying to get to her, to get her out of the home. And I figure out she's in this house. And you're like, okay, this is in Amarillo, Texas, where I'm originally from. Amarillo, Texas is about 200,000 people, about 100,000 houses or properties. What are the odds out of 100,000 properties I know where this house is, right? Not only do I know where this house is, it's this house. 1906 Alice Street. It's the house where I was very first abused. It's the house I grew up in. The exact house. The exact house. The first time here in Nevada, 2017 session, I moved here to be the lobbyist and the policy specialist for the Nevada Coalition to End Domestic and Sexual Violence. I met Senator Pat Spearman. If you know Senator Pat Spearman, you know she's a firecracker. We went a little rogue. This is me and her kind of doing our own thing, which may be why I'm also no longer at the coalition, slightly. It's a whole nother next slide, too. We just last minute, a week or two when session's already into session, she's like, what legislation do we need on trafficking? I was like, yeah, let's write a bill when session's already started. It's like, we need a facilitation on trafficking bill, which basically means if you are not the person, not the exact pimp, but you're the person that's advertising the woman or child for sale, you're the person that's moving the woman or child for sale, you're the person assisting in the sale, you should be held accountable as a trafficker. Because when I was being sold online, there were people taking pictures of me, there were people doing videos of me, there were people that were moving me, there were people doing all these other things that would not today, or back in 2017, be held accountable under the law in Nevada. They would not be considered a trafficker. And she said, okay, let's do it. And we made the very first in the country facilitation trafficking law that is now the model for the country. During that same time, don't know if any of you remember, we had Senator Mark Menendo. Don't remember him. He decided at the same time, I was new lobbyist here. There's a little story about him sexually harassing some interns and a lobbyist turning them in, even though he's been doing it for 20 years, and I was that lobbyist. So I then got dragged in because, as you can probably tell, I don't keep quiet. I figured at this point, I've been victimized enough. I've seen enough women being victimized enough. I wasn't going to be quiet. This was before the Me Too movement. But I essentially watched him with a bunch of 20, 21-year-olds doing things that no one should do, let alone a grown senator. And I just marched into the majority leader's office and was like, you know who I am? You know what I do? You know I'm not scared to say anything to anybody. And I need you to fix this before I just go out and start yelling. Like, you need to do something. And within 3 days, the now Attorney General had hired an independent investigator and everything. And by the end of it, they had 57 people that came forward to testify against him, 50 of which or not 50, like 48 of which were women who came forward and said, yeah, me too. So I was fortunate that I was able to not experience that, but was able to be a part of the state of Nevada taking leadership role in the Me Too movement, because we as a state stepped up before the Me Too movement was even really a thing. And the state of Nevada now has a wonderful process for sexual harassment and a wonderful process for reporting that here that other states really have been looking forward to. So I know I'm running out of time, so I'm going to skip forward. So the first time Nevada got, or any state got, a report card, quote unquote, for their child trafficking grades was back in 2011. We got an F, as did most of the country. We got a 58. This last time, after this last legislative session, not only did we get an A for the first time, we are now ranked number 2 in the country. Not only that, we did an 11.5-point jump because of this last legislative session. Senator Spearman and I, Assemblywoman Krasner, Assemblywoman Tolles, Assemblywoman Bilberry Axelrod, we all worked very hard this last legislative session. We did an 11.5-point jump. We did the largest jump of any state, and we got an A. We are now tied second, and it's the biggest jump of any state in the history of the project. So, thank you. So the National Coalition Against Sex Trafficking and Exploitation is the project me and some other survivors right now are working on, trying to create. And my goal in life is to be appointed the U.S. Ambassador at Large for trafficking of persons by the President. That's my goal in life. So I think a survivor should be appointed that. I think a survivor should be the person that's speaking on that. It should be the person that's leading those efforts. So I will turn back over the mic. So thank you.
Don't go away just yet, Kimberly. Thank you very much for sharing some of that very enlightening information and your story and the fact that it's doing so much good in our area. We've heard about it, but this is the first time we've ever really heard about it, I think. So I would like to present to you our Share What You Can Award, which means that we're going to give a donation to our local USO in your name.
Thank you.
Kimberly will be around for a little bit after if there's any questions. One question, quick. You said your next door neighbors.
Well, I was 5 the first time I was abused.
Oh, abused, okay.
That's not an appropriate question to ask in public.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. In the words of a woman I most admire, Amelia Earhart, no kind action ever stops with itself. One kind action leads to another. Let's leave here today building connections, taking kind action, serving one another, and rejoicing in the fellowship of Rotary. Meeting adjourned.